Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. I thought I'd do a real quick vid concerning Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7, because we have like a lot of non-believers, like atheists, Egyptologists, the Wahabians, and the likes that they love to go into this Bible with an evil eye. They love going into this Bible for the sole purpose of finding fault with it. All right. So, and this is basically to get us out of this, right? Because Satan knows that this word is a living word, and the wisdom of this Bible stands the test of time. So, in order to do that, he uses these people, these wicked people, to make these false arguments for the sole purpose of getting out of this Bible. But and one of those is Isaiah 45 and 7. Because they'll use that Isaiah 45 and 7 because it says God creates evil. And see, your God creates evil. We should be with this book. Okay, well, actually, it depends on what kind of evil you're talking about. No, he's talking about evil. It's like moral evil. But what they don't understand is that when you go into the Hebrew word that's being used has more than one meaning. All right, and one of those meanings is destruction, calamity, ruin. I'm just paraphrasing, but you can go into the Hebrew word for evil later on. I just want to give you a heads up on that. But anyway, God is not the author, or the Most High is not the author of evil. He's the author of good. We're going to go through a couple scriptures, showing that. But he is the author of the possibility of moral evil. And I'll show that as well. We'll prove that. But before we go any further, I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 47, verse 5 through 7. And then we're going to take it from there. All right. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. Actually, we're going to start with the 5th verse. Okay. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, and there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Now, first and foremost, when you read the 7th verse, if you notice, when the Father is comparing opposites, I form the light, right? Light, and create darkness. Darkness is obviously the opposite of light. I make peace and create evil. The question is, what is the opposite of peace? Violence, calamity, you name it. That is the opposite of peace. So, and that's what is it. So that's what the word evil in this scripture means. See, it's all about context, brothers and sisters. That's what you got to understand here. You got to look at. You got to notice that there's opposites that's being compared in this particular scripture. And like I said, it's all about the context of the scripture. And also, when you go into the Hebrew word that's being used is ra, all right, which when you go into the Hebrew, it means based on paraphrase, calamity. It means destruction. You know what I'm saying? And you probably ask, well, why would he destroy and stuff? Well, as we read further, you're going to see that the Father punishes wicked people. Just like if on a lower level, you're a parent. If your child does something wrong, if you tell a child something and they do it anyway, you tell them what not to do, and they do it anyway, you're going to render punishment. So when he says when he creates evil, he's talking about in the sense of rendering punishment to wicked people, which our ancestors were. They were wicked people. And we know that all throughout the Old Testament. Let's read further on. So we'll skip down to the 9th verse. See, they don't go further down in scripture to get the right context. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Woe means destruction. All right. Let the potsherd strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, what makest thou, or thy work? He hath no hands. Woe unto him that saith unto his father, what beggest thou? Or to the woman, what hast thou brought forth? Woe means destruction. So it's basically it's saying to strive it with his neighbor. So this is basically the the God or the Most High does not cause destruction, though does not cause something offered to happen unless people are being disobedient. This is why he brought forth the flood. That was an evil there, but that was not a moral evil. That was a punishment that the Most High was rendering to the people during Noah's time because they were so wicked. Right? And every imagination of thought was evil continuously. This is why he brought forth the fire towards Sodom and Gomorrah. This is why they got destroyed, because they were being wicked. He causes the evil that he brings forth is not moral evil. That's what you understand. It's all about the context, and I will go into that in deeper detail when I do like a full video. Like I said, this is just a quick video that I thought I would just do real quick. But now we're going to continue because their argument is that your God is evil. Well, that's not what the word says. So actually, before I go there, we're gonna like I said before, he said that God is not the author of he's not the author of evil. He's the author of the possibility of evil, and we're going to show that because he gives us free will, right? Like, and this is why we're greater than the animals. This is why we're greater than the everything else that he created, because the beast that he created, he didn't give them free will. He gave us free will. All right. So, but I'm going to go to the scriptures to show that, so hopefully you can get a better understanding of what I'm saying. So we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good. I have set before thee life and good, and death and evil. All right. We'll skip down to the 19th verse. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death. I set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. So it gives us the option. He gives us the option of choosing a curse, a blessing, or cursing, good and evil. We have free will. That in itself is a gift. So that is so. This is how you can respond to these non-believers. All right. Because either you he's the author. He gave us free will. So I would say to them, so don't you realize you have the gift of free will, and that you understand, he's not the author. See, he gives us a choice. He allows us to choose. That is a gift in itself. All right. And hopefully they will reevaluate their argument, or think twice before they bring this foolish argument that your God is evil. But yes, he gives us free will. But now let's go to another precept, though. We're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 11. Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 26. behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day, and a curse if ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day to go after other gods which ye have not known. Again, he is not the author of evil. He is the author of the possibility of doing moral evil. Meaning he gives us a choice. You understand? That's just about as plain as I can make it. All right. And now let's go to a couple of scriptures showing that the Father is righteous. Right? Because these people here are novices. They don't really know what they're talking about. They don't take the time into going into the original language. They don't really take the time to study. They will go smack in the middle of this book. So we can point, like I said, when I do the full video, we're going to go to the beginning of the scripture. But I would just do a quick video just to give you a heads up of what's going on. But let's go to Psalms chapter 40, Psalms 145. Psalms chapter 145, verse 17. The Lord is righteous in all his ways, and holy in all his works. In all his works. All means all, brothers and sisters. All right. He says righteous. So either this is a contradiction to Isaiah 45 and 7, where he said he created evil, or is it the context of the word that's being used? Is it the context? So the context, when you read Isaiah 45 and 7, when you read further down, you get the understanding that he's really talking about rendering punishment, just like a parent would. I know many of you are parents, and when your child is wrong, you render punishment. You know what I'm saying? And this is why he brought forth the flood during Noah's time, and this is why he brought forth fire to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, because that was an evil, but that was not a moral evil. That was a punishment to wicked people. So you have to understand, when you read that term evil in the proper context, that term is being used to as far as dealing with wicked people, punishing wicked people. That's all it means right there. But let's go to Psalms chapter 25, verse 8. All right. Psalms chapter 25, verse 8. Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore will he teach sinners in the way. He will teach sinners in the way because he's righteous, good and upright. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like I said, I had wanted to share for now. I will go into greater detail concerning this topic of does God create? Oh, excuse me. Is God the author of evil? So we'll do a full lesson on that. Stay tuned for that, and stay tuned. And tomorrow I'm going to do the video that I had posted. It's John 3:16.